Hi, it's me again, Zoe Evershaw. I was debating on whether I was going to do another reading from my new book that'll be out in the next couple of days on Amazon. Then I spoke with my grandma and I read her this piece because it is concerning my daughter. And she insisted because I'm not bringing the audio out straight away. So here goes. Trilogy of the Mother Who Rose Against Death. Raw, spiritual, and unhidden. You came into this world like a small explosion of light I was not ready for. I'd spent years learning how to survive without softness, how to keep breathing when no one cared if I did. Then suddenly I was a mother, a single one, a battered one, but a mother. When I held you, Maxie, my ribs cracked open from the inside. Something warm rushed in, hope, or maybe something holier. And for the first time in my life, I felt chosen. But God doesn't ask permission before he takes things back. You were 3 months and 3 weeks, still small, still sacred, still smelling like milk and new beginnings. And then one morning my world ended in silence. No warning, no cry, just the cold, unmoving truth in your tiny body that should have been breathing. The scream that tore out of me was something animal, raw throat, torn lungs, sound breaking itself on the walls. People say SIDS like it's a definition. It is not. It is a hole in a mother's chest that never closes. You are gone before I could understand what it meant to be whole. 37 years of bleeding quietly. Time did not heal me. It buried me. I walked around like a functioning ghost, eating, working, talking, doing all the things humans do to look alive. But I was not alive. I was a body carrying a coffin no one could see. People say, "You're strong." They meant you're silent. I pressed the grief down until it became a second spine, crooked, aching, but holding me up in the worst way imaginable. I did not tell anyone how your absence gnawed at me from the inside. I did not say how many nights I woke up with my hand reaching for a baby who was not there. I did not say how many times I thought about not being here either. I swallowed everything. I made myself small. I let the world believe I was fine. 37 years, nearly 4 decades of wearing a mask, so tight it almost replaced my face. And then one night, when I was so emptied out, I could barely stand. Something spoke from a place deeper than my own voice. A whisper, sharp as truth, soft as mercy, straight into the quiet. Do you want to live? Not survive, not continue, not pretend. Live. My voice rose from the wreckage and answered, yes. And then everything shifted. The long road back to myself. Life did not return gently. It rushed in like a tide that had been waiting 37 years to crush over me. I started to move, to travel, to throw myself into continents and airports and skies so wide my grief had somewhere else to go. I chased sunsets like they owed me something. I stood on cliffs and let the wind hit my face until it felt like a blessing or a punishment, I was not sure which. In every country, every crowd, every sacred place I asked, "Are you here, Maxie?" Sometimes the answer came in a sudden warmth on my spine, sometimes in a feather where no feather should be, sometimes in a breath of wind that felt unmistakably like a tiny hand. I lived honestly, messily, brutally, beautifully. But the truth is I carried you everywhere, not as a wound anymore, but as a compass that kept pointing me back to myself. The woman who emerged at 49. I am 49 now, old enough to have survived hell, young enough to start telling the truth. I survived the darkness, but more than that, I rose from it. I learned that healing is not pretty, it is not soft. It is a rebirth that rips you open and demands to know who you really are. And I answered, I am the woman who lost a child and kept walking. I am the woman who broke and still chose life. I am the woman who traveled the world with a ghost pressed against her heart. I am the woman who grieved in silence for 37 years and is finally learning how to speak. I am the woman who carries Maxie, not in pain, but in power. My daughter, my moon, my whisper, my awakening. You did not just die, you transformed me. And now at 49, I finally tell the story that lived inside my bones for over 4 decades. I live not only for myself, but for the light you left behind. I was very young when Maxie died. I was only 18. And I was far too young to even comprehend what happened, why it happened. All I know is my heart broke, and it's never really truly healed. So, in my strength, in my recovery, in my healing, I have always chosen life. Because life really is a challenge. It has little rewards when you're not seeking them. But when you are seeking rewards in life, you always end up more with lessons. And then, as I'm getting older, I'm learning that lessons are actually a blessing. Because lessons have made me go deeper into my healing, which this last lesson did. And I'm very thankful that person brought me to a place where I needed to go deep and deal with some really old ancient wounds. I hope this helps somebody. My new book will be released in the next couple of days, and look out for it. And I love how my brain functions, because it made me do short stories. And the reason I do short stories now in this book is because you're not waiting for the next part to happen. You can actually read, put it down, absorb, even process, relate, debate, and who knows, ask me a question. This one is very raw, but it's meant to be, because trauma is raw. Trauma is hard. It hurts. It hurts in places you didn't know existed. And for some, we just keep getting back up. There's nobody on this earth that can put us down. They may try. Good luck with that, because we've already faced challenges where the heart has been ripped wide open. Anyway, thank you, Grandma. Thank you for pressing in and getting me to do this live. And I hope you're enjoying my silly little videos I'm posting too, because I am. I think it's funny that I can do this for myself. It is part of my healing to share my story and to share my funniness as well. But also, I've got no intention on lip syncing. I explained this the other day. You obviously know that's not my voice. By lip syncing, to me, I feel even more sillier. Right? Anyway, thank you for listening. Please share, and it's gonna help a lot of people. Thank you.